2021. John Dramani Mahama, Electoral Commission of Ghana. Nana Ado Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Respectfully, my lords, petitioner present. Jane Mensah, chairperson, representing the first respondent. Peter McManu, my lords, representing the second respondent.
Your Lordship's petitioner, and with me, my learned friend Tony Letha. May it please my lords, Justin Amenuvo appears respondent, with me, A.A. Somoa Samoa.
Yes. If it pleases your lordships, I put on power for the second respondent. My lords, with me are my learned friends Frank Davis, Kweku Esrifi, and Yao Hong.
By court, the judgment of the court is unanimous and same will be read by the president of the court. In this amended petition, hereinafter referred to as the petition, the petitioner, who was the presidential candidate of the National Democratic Congress (NDC) in the 7th December 2020 presidential elections, is seeking 6 reliefs against the Electoral Commission as first respondent and the presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party (NPP) as the second respondent. The reliefs are in the nature of 3 declarations and 3 orders. Aside of relief E, which is praying the court to restrain the current respondent from holding himself out as the president-elect of Ghana, all the other reliefs were directed against the first respondent. These reliefs are: A declaration that Mrs. Jane Adokwe-Mensah, chairperson of first respondent and the returning officer for the presidential elections held on 7th December 2020, was in breach 3 of the 1992 Constitution in the declaration she made on 9th December 2020 in respect of the presidential election that was held on 7th December 2020. A declaration that, based on the data contained in the declaration made by Mrs. Jane Adokwe-Mensah, chairperson of first respondent and the returning officer for the presidential election held on 7 December 2020, no candidate satisfied the requirement of Article 63 Clause 3 of the 1982 Constitution to be declared president-elect. C, a declaration that the purported declaration made on 9 December 2020 of the results of the presidential election by Mrs. Gina Dukwe-Mensah, chairperson of first respondent, and the returning officer for the presidential election held on 7th December 2020 is unconstitutional, null and void, and of no effect whatsoever. D. An order annulling the declaration of President-elect Instrument 2020 CI 135, dated 9th December 2020, issued under the hand of Mrs. Gina Dukwe-Mensah, chairperson of first respondent, and the return officer for the presidential election held on 7th December 2020 and gazetted on 10th December 2020. E. An order of injunction restraining the second respondent from holding himself out as president-elect. F. An order of mandatory injunction directing the first respondent to proceed to conduct a second election with petitioner and second respondent as the candidates as required under Article 63, Clause 4 and 5 of the 1992 Constitution. The language in which the first four reliefs, A to D, were crafted is suggestive that they were directed against the chairperson of the first respondent. However, the petition is not against her personally, but against the first respondent as an institution of state established under the 1992 Constitution. The article and rule under which the petitioner mounted the action are Article 64(1) of the 1992 Constitution and Rule 68A of the Rules of the Supreme Court, CR 16 as amended by CR 74 and CR 99. They provide as follows: 64, Clause 1. The validity of the election of the president may be challenged only by a citizen of Ghana who may present a petition for the purpose of the Supreme Court within 21 days after the declaration. 8A. Despite Rule 45(4), the parties in the petition shall be A. the petitioner as specified in Article 64, Clause 1 of the Constitution, and B. the person declared elected as president and the Electoral Commission, who together shall be the respondents. Though the petitioner is not in 7 December 2020 presidential elections, but only the declaration made on the 9th of December 2020 Constitution. Indeed, I'll be compared to any of the cases touching on various aspects of our Constitution by virtue of its peculiar nature and potential effects. Many commentators have rightly described this suit as one posing a test of the structural maturity of our democratic ethos, causing all eyes worldwide to focus, even if only briefly, on our polity to see if and how we can surmount this unquieted